Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about nomenclature of organic compounds part 2. So already in the previous session we have discussed about the main parts of IUPAC name of an organic compound. Every IUPAC name mainly contains what? Three parts: root word, suffix and prefix. Root word represents what? The number of carbon atoms present in the given parent compound, parent chain. And what is prefix? The name written before the word root is called what? Prefix. And suffix is written after the word root. Okay, so one more example we take that COOH bond CH2 bond CH2 bond CH3 bond CHOH bond CH3. So one organic compound is given. The structure is given to you. So in this structure now, first we have to identify what are the functional groups available in the given structure. So here we have COOH, one functional group, and OH, another functional group. COOH is called carboxylic acid functional group. COOH bond COOH group is called carboxylic acid functional group. I told you in the previous session, functional group is an atom or a group of atoms which determines the chemical reactions of organic compound, chemical behavior of an organic compound, or chemical properties of an organic compound depend on the functional group present in it. The functional group is an atom or a group of atoms. Here bond COOH group is called carboxylic acid functional group, and bond OH is called alcohol functional group, and CH3 is alkyl substituent. It is simply a substituent. It is not a functional group. Alkyl group can never form a functional group. So here OH is one functional group available. COOH is another functional group is available. So whenever there are two or more functional groups in the given structure, one senior group is taken as what? Principal functional group. Here FG stands for what? Functional group here. So principal functional group is the senior group. So which is senior functional group, which is less senior, we'll understand in the coming up classes. So first try to understand that if there are two or more functional groups, only one functional group will act as what? Principal functional group. Principal functional group it is. So bond COOH group in this given structure acts as what? Principal functional group. So the name of principal functional group is given by secondary suffix. The secondary suffix, in the previous session we discussed one example. There I told you secondary suffix name gives or indicates the name of principal functional group. Here principal functional group COOH, and another functional group OH, alcohol functional group, will act as what? Second grade functional group. Second grade functional group, or simply it acts as substituent. Second grade functional group we can say, otherwise substituent we can say. Which one? The less senior group. So between OH group and bond COOH, bond OH and bond COOH groups. So which is more senior or more priority group here? Bond COOH. So more priority group or senior group will act as what? Principal functional group, and the less senior group will act as what? Less priority will act as what? Second grade functional group, or simply substituent. This point keep in mind. So different functional groups will act as what? Both principal functional groups, sometimes second grade functional groups here. When a functional group will act as principal, if it is more senior group, more priority group than others. So the seniority table, when you study, you'll understand which is more senior than which. The priority order or seniority order you'll understand by that seniority table or priority table. For time being, remember that whenever COOH and OH group both are present, COOH functional group will act as what? Principal group, and OH group as what? Second grade functional group or substituent. And the name of principal functional group is given by secondary suffix, and the name of second grade functional group is given as secondary prefix. Secondary prefix gives the name of substituent or second grade functional group. That point keep in mind. So now here, what we have to understand is that I told you that there are three main parts of IUPAC name. Word, which gives number of carbon atoms in the parent chain, and second one, suffix, which is written after the word root, prefix, which is written before the word root. Again, the prefix is of two types. Prefix is of two types: primary prefix and secondary prefix. Suffix is also of two types: primary suffix, secondary suffix. Now we got how many parts of IUPAC name? 5 parts. What are the 5 parts? Secondary prefix, primary prefix, root word, then primary suffix, lastly secondary suffix. So the IUPAC name will start from secondary prefix and will end with secondary suffix. So what I am telling you is that substituent name or second grade functional group name is given by what? Secondary prefix. And the principal functional group name is given as what? Secondary suffix. So what we have to understand is that I told you that every functional group will act as what? Sometimes as principal functional group, sometimes as second grade functional group. That means every functional group has two types of names. Secondary prefix name of a functional group will be available, and secondary suffix of the same functional group is also available. So every functional group has two names: secondary prefix name and secondary suffix name. When do we use the secondary suffix name of that functional group? If the functional group acts as principal functional group, its secondary suffix name will be used. Okay, so if the functional group acts as substituent or second grade functional group, its secondary prefix name will be used. When we use secondary prefix name of the functional group, if it acts as second grade functional group or substituent. When do we use the secondary suffix name of the functional group? If the functional group is principal functional group. So this point keep in mind, we'll discuss in depth, in detail later. Okay, so now what we have to understand is that in the given structure now, how many carbons are directly linked to each other to form the longest chain we have to identify first. How many carbon atoms are forming the longest possible chain in the given structure we have to identify. Suppose you start from this principal functional group. The carbon atom of principal functional group is allotted number 1 position. Then 2, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon bearing CH3 substituent, fifth carbon is bearing OH functional group, and CH3 is sixth carbon here. So like this, totally how many carbons are there in the longest chain? 6 carbon atoms are there. Whenever 6 carbon atoms are present in the longest chain available, the parent compound or parent carbon chain contains how many carbons now? 6 carbons. When there are 6 carbon atoms in the parent chain or the longest chain possible, the word root used is what? Hex. The hex word root indicates what? 6 carbon atoms. So the hex is the root word, otherwise word root of this given structure. Next, what we have to understand is that the principal functional group is bond COOH. So its name what now? Secondary suffix name we have to use. That keep in mind. Next, OH group is acting as what? Substituent or second grade functional group. For this we have to use which name? Secondary prefix name we have to use. So we must know what is secondary prefix name of this OH, what is secondary suffix name of this OH group we have to identify. And also we must know what is secondary prefix name and secondary suffix name of COOH also we must know. These all things we are going to study, but for time being you remember that for OH group, for OH functional group, the secondary prefix name is hydroxy. What is the secondary prefix name? Hydroxy. So hydroxy group is present on which carbon atom of the parent chain? On 5th carbon atom, OH group is attached. For the OH group, we have to use secondary prefix name, and its name of secondary prefix is what? Hydroxy. So where it is located? On 5th carbon. So it is called 5-hydroxy. What we have to say? 5-hydroxy. This hydroxy is representing what? OH group. Next, on 4th carbon of the parent chain, how many methyl groups are there? 1 methyl group is present here. So where is this methyl located on fourth carbon atom? So we say 4-methyl, 4-methyl. And why we have written 5-hydroxy first? Then only we wrote 4-methyl. In hydroxy, the first letter is what? H. The first letter is H. And in methyl, the first letter is M. Alphabetically, hydrogen means H precedes what? M. H precedes M. H will come before M in alphabetical order. That's why we have to write first hydroxy, then we have to write name methyl. So where is hydroxy? The position of hydroxy is the locant. The locant of hydroxy group is what? 5. The locant of methyl group is what? 4. So 5-hydroxy, 4-methyl. And hex indicating what? Number of carbon atoms. How many carbon atoms in this? 6 carbons forming the parent chain. After that, between any 2 carbons in the parent chain, don't take this double bond. Don't take double bond between carbon oxygen. Between carbon, first carbon, second carbon, single. Between second, third, single bond. Between third, fourth, single bond. Always the single bond is present between the carbon atoms in the parent chain. If there is a single bond between carbon atom, between all carbon atoms, a single bond is there. We use the primary suffix as what? Ane, An, Ane. An is what? Generally 1 degree suffix. But here in Ane, E is not written. In Ane, An, E is dropped. E, letter E is dropped because the secondary suffix name that is oic acid for this COOH functional group. The secondary suffix name is what? Oic acid, we have to remember. This oic acid, that is secondary suffix name, is starting with OL. The letter O is what? OL. So whenever the secondary suffix name starts from OL, we have to drop E, letter E from ANE. From ANE, AN, E is dropped if the secondary suffix name starts with OL. Here oic acid is the secondary suffix of principal functional group, COOH group. That's why here as OL is there here, we have to drop E from this ANE. That's why we have written AN. So hexane, oic acid. Hexane, oic acid. Here AN representing what? 1 degree suffix, and oic acid is representing what? 2 degree suffix. 2 degree suffix meaning what? Secondary suffix. Okay, so like this here, this hydroxy group is acting as substituent. Methyl group is also acting as substituent. So when substituents are there, for them the name is what? Now secondary prefix name. For the methyl group, as usual, methyl we use. And secondary prefix name of OH group is what? Alcohol group is hydroxy. So we have written, so hydroxy and methyl, these two names, methyl group and hydroxy, two will come under secondary prefixes. So how many secondary prefix names there here? 2 names. Hydroxy for OH substituent, methyl is for methyl substituent, alkyl substituent. So like this here, so this is IUPAC name of the given structure. So while writing IUPAC name, we have to understand that there will be different parts of IUPAC name. Here the secondary prefix, word root, 1 degree primary suffix and secondary suffix. Okay, so like this, what? Any name will start from what? Secondary prefix and end with secondary suffix. Up to that you keep in mind. When we discuss different types of IUPAC names, then we will be able to understand different parts of this IUPAC name. In previous session, I have told you that there will be different types of parts like number prefixes, numerical prefixes, numerical prefixes, secondary prefixes, primary prefix, secondary prefix name, primary prefix name will be there. Word root will be there in the IUPAC name. And sometimes what will be there? Primary prefix, primary suffix after the word root, then secondary suffix. So there are different parts like what now here? Prefixes before the word root and suffixes after the word root. The root word or word root represents what? Number of carbon atoms. Whatever we write after the word root is called suffix. Whatever we write before the word root is called prefix. So in the prefixes, we have different types like number prefix, numerical prefix, secondary prefix, primary prefix. After the word, whatever we write is called suffix. In the suffixes again, primary suffix, secondary suffix, number suffix, numerical suffix. The difference between number and numerical is what? If number is there, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, here 5 hydroxy is there. 5 is number here. And this 5 is before the root word now, before the root word hex here. That's why it is prefix or suffix now? Prefix. Which prefix it is now? Number prefix it is. And this 4 also is number prefix. Next here, an is what? Primary suffix. Oic acid is what? Secondary suffix. So the total name of this given structure is what now? 5 hydroxy, 4 methyl, hexane oic acid. Hexane oic acid. This total IUPAC name is the single word. It is a single word. It's not group of words. It is a single word. But it contains what? Different parts we have to understand. For easy to understand the name of our IUPAC system. This is what now IUPAC name of the given structure. So from this example, what we have to understand is that when 2 or more functional groups are present, one functional group which is senior, one functional group which is the more priority group will act as what? Principal functional group. The remaining functional groups will act as what? Substituents. The remaining functional groups will act as what? Second grade functional groups we say, or substituents we say. For any substituent, which name is used? Secondary prefix name is used. For any principal functional group, what is used? Secondary suffix name is used. So different parts we are going to discuss now. Okay. So with the help of PPT, we'll discuss the same. Suppose now suffix. Generally, what is suffix here? The name of IUPAC system which is written after the root word. After the word root is called suffix. How many types of suffixes are there? 2 types of suffixes. What? Primary suffix and secondary suffix. So the word root is linked to suffix generally. The root word is linked to what? Suffix. And the suffix is of 2 types, namely primary suffix and secondary suffix. 1 degree suffix we say and 2 degree suffix we say. Next, the primary suffix is added to the word root, okay, to indicate whether the carbon chain is saturated or unsaturated. Whether the given carbon chain is saturated carbon chain or unsaturated chain. To understand, we use what? Primary suffix. This primary suffix will be of different types. ANE, AN for single bonds between carbon atoms. ENE, EN for double bond between the carbon atoms. YNE, IN for triple bond between carbon atoms. For example, you check this one. Check this example. Type of carbon chain. Suppose saturated carbon chain will contain what? Carbon-carbon single bonds. Whenever there is a single bond between carbon and carbon, one single bond acts as what? Sigma bond here. Only sigma bond will be there here between carbons. And the primary suffix name is what? ANE, AN. ANE, AN is what? Primary suffix when there are single bonds between carbon atoms in the given carbon chain. And general name is what? Alkanes. In alkane compound, ANE, AN indicating what? Primary suffix. And ALK, alk is nothing but root word. What is this? ALK, alk, root word. If 1 carbon is there, methane we say. If 2 carbons are there, ethane. If 3 carbons are there, propane. If 4 carbon atoms are there in the chain, butane. Like this, we take alkane. Alkanes are what examples for? Saturated organic compounds. And unsaturated carbon compounds. Unsaturated carbon compounds or organic compounds contain what? C double bond C. Between carbon-carbon, if at least 1 double bond is there, that compound must be taken as what? Unsaturated organic compound. And here, if there is double bond between 2 carbon atoms, between the 2 covalent bonds here, 1 bond will act as what? Sigma bond, and 1 bond is pi bond. Generally, pi bond is weaker than sigma bond. Okay, and the primary suffix name is ene if there is a double bond between carbon and carbon. And example for this is what? Alkene. In alkene compounds, ene represents what? Primary suffix. Alk, alk indicates what? Root word or word root. And another type of unsaturated compounds may contain what? C triple bond C. C triple bond C. Here between the carbon in the three bonds, three covalent bonds, one bond only is sigma bond, and the remaining two bonds are act as what? Pi bonds. One sigma and two pi bonds here. So in the unsaturated compounds with C triple bond C, there will be minimum two pi bonds, but in double bond, one pi bond will be there, and in single bond only sigma bonds will be there. So what we have to understand, if at least one pi bond is there in the organic compound given, that will act as what? Unsaturated organic compound. If all single bonds are there, it is saturated organic compound. For saturated organic compounds, what will be primary suffix name? ane. For example, you take, imagine the example pentane. Pent indicates alk here. How many carbon atoms? Pent, 5 carbons. The 5 carbons will be linked to each other with which bonding? Single bonds. With single bond, 5 carbons will be linked. Then pentane we say. In pentane, generally PENT, pent will act as what? Root word. And an will be generally 1 degree suffix, primary suffix. Then last letter E will act as what? 2 degree suffix. 2 degree suffix means secondary suffix. E will act as secondary suffix. An will act as primary suffix. If there is no functional group, if any type of functional group is not there, if alcohol group is not there, a carboxylic acid group is not there, or any functional group if it is not present, generally in the ANE, the E will be taken as what? Secondary suffix. The small e will itself act as what? Secondary suffix. An will act as what? Primary suffix. Alk acts as what? Root word. Okay, so in this alkane, prefix is not there now, suppose. Prefix is not there. Prefix means what? Before the word root, before the root word, anything is what? Prefix. Yeah, any prefix is not there in this. So like this, primary suffix is the name of saturation or unsaturation. Okay, what will be the prefix primary suffix name for saturated compounds? ane. For unsaturated compounds, what will be the primary suffixes? Two names, ene for double bond, yne for triple bond. And numerical suffix, I told you that the suffixes will be of different types. Number suffixes, numerical suffixes, primary suffix, secondary suffix. Here we are going to discuss about numerical suffix. So if the parent chain contains two or three or more double bonds, suppose, or triple bonds. Suppose in one compound, imagine 2 double bonds are there. How many double bonds? 2 double bonds, suppose. 2 double bonds means diene, we say. If 3 double bonds are there, triene. Tri representing what? 3 times the double bond is repeated. Diene means 2 times double bond is repeated. Okay, the di is called numerical suffix. Tri is called numerical suffix. So if the parent chain contains 2, 3 or more double or triple bonds, the numerical suffixes such as di for 2 types of bonds and tri for 3 types of bonds and tetra for 4 bonds, etc. are used. Okay, before what? Primary suffix. Suppose if it is ene is what? Primary suffix for double bond. If double bond is repeated 4 times, if double bond is repeated 4 times in the given structure, what we use the numerical suffix now? Tetra we use, because double bond ene is repeated how many times? 4 times. So what we say now? Tetraene. Tetraene means repetition of double bond how many times? 4 times. So before the primary suffix, what we add? We add numerical suffix. For example, if the carbon chain contains 2 double bonds in it, we write diene. Okay, di is nothing but numerical suffix. ENE is what? Primary suffix, where di refers to numerical suffix and "-in" refers to primary suffix. So before the primary suffix, what is added? Numerical suffix is added. So in all organic compounds, numerical suffix need not to be present. If 2 times or more times double bond or triple bond is repeated, in that case only numerical suffix will come into play. If the carbon chain has 3 triple bonds, suppose, okay, in that case what we write now? Tri-ine. Tri indicates what? Numerical suffix, 3 times repetition. And YNE represents what? Presence of triple bond. Triple bond is repeated how many times in the given structure, in the given carbon chain? 3 times. That's why it is called tri-ine. Next, secondary suffix. Secondary suffix, generally, as I told you, secondary suffix indicates the name of principal functional group. So what is the principal functional group? If there are 2 or more functional groups in the given carbon chain, one will act as what? One senior group will act as what? Principal group, and the remaining functional groups will act as substituents. A secondary suffix is then added to the word root after the primary suffix. So where we add the secondary suffix? After the primary suffix. So immediately after word root, what will be there? Immediately after word root, primary suffix will be there. After primary suffix, what will be added? Secondary suffix is added to indicate the name of principal functional group. So secondary suffix is indicating what? The name of principal functional group. And the name of secondary suffix will be written after the primary suffix. Primary suffix is written after root word. Okay. And functional group is an atom or group of atoms which is responsible for the characteristic reactions of a particular organic compound. For a particular organic compound, the characteristic organic reactions will be shown by what? A functional group here. The functional group itself will decide what? The chemical behavior or chemical properties of an organic compound. So the functional group may be a single atom sometimes or a group of atoms. For example, bond OH is the functional group of alcohols and bond COOH is the functional group of carboxylic acids and so on. There are different types of functional groups that we are going to discuss. If there are 2 or more functional groups in an organic compound, one group is called principal functional group and the other group is known as second grade functional group. Okay, so or the same thing is also called what? Substituent. Simply it is called substituent. Imagine there are 4 types of functional groups. Suppose there are 4 types of functional groups in the given structure. 4 different types of functional groups. Suppose how many principal will be there in that? Only one. One will be the principal group. That's all. But there will be remaining called what now? There will be more than one. There will be 1 or more second grade functional groups present. Possible. If there are 4 totally functional groups, one only will act as what? Principal group. The remaining 3 will act as what? Second grade functional groups, or simply they are acting as what now? Substituents. They act as substituents or second grade functional groups. As I told you, second grade functional group or substituent is indicated by which name? Secondary prefix name. But the principal functional group is indicated by which name? Secondary suffix name. So we have to understand that every functional group in the organic compounds will have 2 names: secondary suffix name or secondary prefix name. Secondary prefix name of the functional group is used when that functional group acts as substituent, and secondary suffix name of that same functional group will be used if it acts as what? Principal functional group. So this point we have to keep in mind. Next, which one is principal functional group and which one is second grade functional group can be decided by seniority group or priority table. The priority table or seniority table will tell us which is the more senior group and which is less senior group. The more senior group will be taken as what? Principal group, and the remaining groups will be considered as second grade functional groups. Okay, so the next part of this lesson we will continue in the next session. Okay, thank you.